Hi, this is Hannah Nyron with EdTech Times, and today I'm speaking with Steve Albanese from LearnBolt. Hi, Steve. How's it going?
Hi, how's it going?
So, Steve, tell me a little bit about LearnBolt and what the product does.
LearnBolt is a workforce productivity platform, and our mission is to empower business owners, managers, and employees from the moment of training need to the collection, organization, and delivery of knowledge, all within one system and all from a mobile device.
So, explain to me a little bit about what using LearnBolt might look like.
Well, it's a mobile platform, and what we're trying to do is empower someone in a turnkey system. So it goes from the collection. So we're a mobile platform. So a business owner might want to collect some content. So say you're the subject matter expert on making pizza. So I might use my mobile device and capture you because you're the best at doing it. So I'm capturing that video. Maybe there's a PDF, which are a recipe, and that's on Google Drive. I may import that. Maybe we want to take pictures of the utensils that you would use. So from our mobile platform, you're basically collecting all of that stuff and it's being put into our content management system. Once they have all those raw assets, then they use what we call learn paths to kind of organize it. And so I can put them kind of in a slide deck, and then I can immediately share it to someone's mobile device. So really, like I was saying, I have this idea for learning, and how do I go from start to finish? And it's really collecting it, organizing it, and then immediately sharing it.
So, you can really use it for anything.
Yeah. Our focus is, in starting this business, I looked through K through 12, higher ed, small business, and medical. And I've always bootstrapped my businesses. So kind of saw that I could speak to decision makers right at the business. And that seemed like the obvious, but I have a couple kids, and my son's high school wrestling team is using it.
Oh, really?
So the high school, so the wrestling coaches have captured a bunch of videos on moves, and then they've collected moves from YouTube and different locations, and the managers record their matches. So after the matches, they share that out through LearnBolt, and then the coaches can go in and add little comments and say, hey, you did this great, but here's this video tutorial from this Olympic wrestler that I think would be beneficial for you. So really, you have content, you collect it, they're organized it in a certain way, and then they're sharing out the kids. The mission here is to help them be better.
Right.
So, that's kind of another aspect of it.
So, what inspired you to start this company?
Well, I've had several businesses thus far, and being in different areas. So for example, production, you create stuff. I've been an author, so I've written a few books and created content. I've been on the production side where I work with other clients to build some stuff. And then I've been in software development. And if you've ever tried to teach someone something and you have this idea for learning, a lot of times you get caught with this hurdle. Like, I have this grand idea and maybe I want to use a video, or maybe I want to use this. And the tools that I saw or that I was using, it was kind of cumbersome. And with technology today advancing, and like you have this amazing supercomputer in your pocket,
There shouldn't have to be a hard way. There's so much technology out there.
Right. You have an iPhone or you have an iPad. The quality is unbelievable to capture video, audio, all that stuff. So I saw the capture devices there. With back-end infrastructure like services like Amazon, that's there. The connection with mobile devices being faster is there. The end user's ability to use this technology is there because they're taking pictures of their kids or friends, whatever. So there's this intersection of how people use technology, the technology and the delivery system. And I figured what's needed, the software application to tie that all together. And so you have an idea for learning. From start to finish, you can use LearnBolt to collect, organize, and share it.
That's great. So what are your goals for the future? How do you hope to, build on what you've already produced?
I see LearnBolt as a daily used productivity tool. So as I said, it's workforce productivity. So how do you empower a business owner or manager to really empower that employee to be successful? You start a new job, and if the first thing I say to you is, Hannah, go over here and Jimmy's going to show you the ropes. And Jimmy has another job, and he might give you bare minimum information. So now you're put in a tough situation as a new employee, because you're getting bare minimum information, but you're thinking in the back, do they think I'm doing a good job? But what if I could give that manager the tool to quickly empower and send you source information? This is the perfect thing. I send it right to your mobile device. So now instead of shadowing, I'm onboarding you with just the information you need in the first week. And so now as an employee, you're thinking, wow, I feel good about my job. And the idea is that hopefully you'll do a better job. And the bottom line for the business, quality and consistency. And so the mission is really to help a business. If I want to grow, like how do I sustain quality as I grow? Well, you need consistent information, you need source information. So if in the big picture, any business, we want it to grow, I think, could we capture a market and kind of disrupt the whole concept of a learning management system? I refer to a learning management system in traditional ways of training development as the cost, time, and effort mountain. So you have multiple pieces and multiple people that it takes to go from your head to multiple heads. You have authoring tools, you have content management systems, you have learning management systems. If you think about it, it may take 10, 20, 100 people to go from idea to conception. But if LearnBolt could flatten that mountain so that in the moment of training need, you think, I have this idea. If you can go from that idea to delivery very quickly, then I think we've really done something. And I think it's applicable for the small business, emerging businesses, to even the large corporations. So in the grand picture, we want to push it everywhere.
I mean, I definitely could see a very broad use for the tool because a lot of YouTube even is made up of video tutorials. Have you thought about going beyond professional learning and just having, kind of a free-for-all? Anybody can put their instruction up there?
You can download LearnBolt and use it today. So I use it for a lot of crazy things. I use it in my house. So we have a LearnBolt account for my house. And
so this is how you feed the cat.
So for my wife is an incredibly intelligent person. She's a physician, has an engineering degree, but using the technology in the house can sometimes be a challenge. We have a pool and changing things. So we've captured different video tutorials. This is how you set up the pool for the spa. She has her iPhone out at the pool. She looks at it, refresher, it's right there. We've also taken in a bunch of her recipes. We've had all these papers all over the place, so they've been put in there. So really, it's information. I need it. Our expectation today is that any information we need is immediately available at our fingertips. And there's a sea of information out there in the internet, but what about that exclusive information that doesn't exist out there? So this is kind of a vehicle, and to get to your point is, yes, you could use it for everything, but when you're starting a business, and if you present this to an investor, yeah, you can use this for everything, it doesn't quite work.
That doesn't bring home any money.
Right. So the target really, I think, is very pinpoint. Our target is the service industry, maybe hospitality, food and service. I think it's obvious on how we can help them, but I see it as a target. You have this target on the wall, that's our bullseye. And then we have all these things that can roll out of there, all these different silos. And when you're building a business, I think you need to be focused. Here's our bullseye, but to show to potential investors and growing a business, here's our grand scale. It's a large market. We can cover all these areas.
And I think hospitality is a good industry to start in because there is a demand for training, but they really need scalable training.
Yeah, you have in the service industry, one thing that's a unique fit is high turnover. And it's also a function of today's world. If you look at history of how long people stay in jobs, the trend right now is that people move from job to job more frequently than what they used to.
Than they ever have in the
Right,
past,
than they ever
really.
have in the past. So the idea of having a knowledge base that I can quickly share for a new employee, because the bottom line is the productivity and the service quality of my product or service. So that's my goal as a business owner. I need to be able to manage that knowledge quickly. Now, there's another aspect of that which I think is unique to LearnBolt, which is called knowledge mining. And every business has human capital. And in the past, I might have Freddie, our maintenance guy. He is a whiz. Go to Freddie. He knows that's where my knowledge capital is, in his head. But what if Freddie walks out the door tomorrow? And if you've ever been a business owner, if you've had an employee and like that, and all of a sudden you have this gut, oh my goodness, what are we going to do now?
It's a disaster scenario.
I had a customer call me, and we planted this seed with him, and he called up frantically and said, "Our maintenance guy's leaving. When can you do this?" He's the only one who knows how to use or fix our air conditioning system. If that goes down, we're screwed. And so if you provide someone with a tool, a platform where they can incrementally capture that information, then they'll sleep better at night. You know, and the big thing is this huge hurdle of doing this. You know, if I capture this in the moment, I can do it with my mobile device because it's easy. I don't have to set up a big rig. Then you incrementally capture this, you put it in your library. And so when it comes time for that, you're not in firefighting mode. You're more, you know, when you own a business, the question is, are you working in your business or are you working on your business? And so if I'm working on my business, I'm kind of growing it there. I'm not in firefighting mode, like what just happened. So the point is that
Proactive instead of reactive.
Yeah. And so why don't people do it? Because it's a pain in the ass. So if you could somehow lower that bar, then I think you've done something.
Well, it sounds like you've made it pretty simple to convey that information. So I'm interested to see where LearnBolt goes and who's using it.
Well, thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks, Steve.
Ciao.
This is Hannah Nyron with EdTech Times.